Good afternoon, people of God. Happy Wednesday. How are you all? I hope your day is going well on this beautiful, beautiful hot Wednesday. I just want to pop in. Oh, I got this plane flying over my head. I just wanted to pop in and say this, people of God. I know many of you are still pressing through some things, right? You're going to make it through that. And I know some of you, you're experiencing some great things happening in your lives at this time as well, right? Congratulations. God bless you. Greater is coming as well. I want to say this to those who feeling maybe a heaviness of heart, right? In this hour, you're still pressing through some things, right? Or you're just experiencing some opposition at the moment, but you know that you have the favor of the Father with you. Find a place of solitude. Find your place of solitude. I know sometimes people can pull on you and want to talk to you over here and talk to you over there. Even when you give yourself to your brothers and sisters, we still absorb some of those things because you have to empathize with people. And sometimes you can really feel what people are going through and it makes you sad, right? But at the end of the day, we have to find our place of solitude, that place that makes us feel healed, that place that makes us feel loved. And oftentimes, it's going to be in the presence of God. No human being can make us feel the love and the nurturing within the soul and the fulfillment within the soul as much as God does. And sometimes it's going to feel hard to get to that place. It's going to feel like you're all alone because in the physical, you may look to your left and look to your right, and it may just be you at the moment, right? But when you begin to worship, when you begin to pray, when you begin to cry out to God and tell him how much you love him, tell him how much you're thankful, when you begin to lift up your prayers to him, you feel the presence come over you, and you won't even be able to explain it sometimes. And stay there. Stay in that place that cleanses your soul. If you got to cry, cry. I always say crying cleanses the soul. And there's men and women out here hurting equally. Sometimes they show the pain and hurt differently. I've been talking to some brothers lately. I'm talking to one brother that's just going through so much. Sometimes you can do everything right or feel like you're doing everything right and marry and then still be dishonored in that marriage in the worst way, in a most painful way. And it's so sad when children being involved. There's men and women going through issues in their marriage, and it's sad. It's also discouraging for some of us single folk because it's like, well, dad, sometimes when you accomplish so much in this earth, after you accomplish so much, all your dreams and goals, financial statuses, sometimes you want to share your happiness with somebody. But with all the deception and the people falling in and out of love, it's hard to let them guards down from around the heart. But anyway, what I want to say, in spite of everything going on, if you're an empathetic person, I know people been pulling at your spirit. Sometimes people need a listening ear. But in spite of people's situation and problems, you got to also have enough for yourself. You got to leave enough of yourself for yourself, right? So that you're not drained, and find your place of solitude that refreshes your spirit, that makes you feel joy, where you can laugh. Even if you have to be by yourself, laugh, enjoy your happy moments, count your blessings, count what God is doing in your life. Because sometimes when people are going through, it be hard to kind of celebrate what's the good things God is doing in your life when you learn of sometimes what your brothers and sisters going through, because we are supposed to mourn with those who mourn. But when you one person and a lot of people are pulling on you, you can't constantly mourn back to back, back to back, back to back, because that's going to deplete your spirit. You need somebody, or if you don't have nobody that can say something kind to you and make you laugh or make you feel joy, sometimes you're going to have to pull yourself away. Sometimes you're going to have to pull yourself away, because we're not God. Even though his spirit works through us and people connect with that anointing on our lives and that love within our spirit, we're still a human being too. And some people will take and take and take as much as you give and never think about you and never try to pour nothing back into you. So you have to be careful not to deplete yourself. Find that place of solitude, and you get there and you stay there. And you get in the presence of God and relax yourself. It's okay to do that and refresh your spirit, revive your spirit. Because sometimes we feel beat down. Sometimes it's our issues or our warfare, and then sometimes it's what we're taking on with other brothers and sisters that we're helping and praying through certain situations, right? And it gets heavy sometimes. It does. It gets heavy sometimes, especially when you're a person, you don't bother nobody, you stay in your own lane, you mind your business, and you get a lot of people sometimes want to talk to you. My grandmother was like that. People love to talk to my grandmother. If she was still in the earth sometimes, I would have a lot more conversation and questions for her than I did when I was younger. I used to ask a lot of questions when I was younger too. But she was just a strong woman. Sometimes she would call my mother and she would ask her a question or something, but her strength and her mind, I knew she dealt with a lot of people opposed her. She had a lot of envy and jealousy people because she was just a strong woman. They envy her. She never was a needy woman. She never really asked nobody for nothing, you know. But you had a lot of people just try to break her spirit and stuff over the years. And so that's a whole nother issue within itself. Find your place of solitude. I know that's what I do. Sometimes I have to hide myself, find my place of solitude, and just, not take on so much. Sometimes when I turn to the left and I'm working or I go in place, I get somebody, hey, let me tell you something, I'm going through this. And I just keep walking real fast. It's not that I be trying to be rude, but I got to guard my spirit sometimes because I know it's a lot of evil in the world. I know it's a lot of painful things people experience, but sometimes I don't have nobody to put my pain on. So if I'm experiencing something, I can't take on too much. Or I have to balance it out like that, because you can find yourself being down and in a depressed state, and you be like, why am I feeling like this? Because you took on too much of other people's load. You got to give yourself a break sometimes, right? And so if you're feeling heavy, overwhelmed, you who are empathetic and you still pressing your way, doing your own thing, but you're carrying some things that maybe people have dumped in your spirit, or just feeling bad for other people, you got to get back and find your place of solitude, things that lift your spirit. Look at this beautiful sky. I love looking at the sky. That's one thing that puts a smile on my face, looking at the sky. So beautiful out here. But anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. I hope it wasn't confusing. Find your place of solitude and stay there, God is doing great things on the lives of his people, but we got to just stay disciplined in our spirit and stay in tune with the spirit of God, stay studying, and most importantly, try to keep ourselves encouraged in this earth. Even if, you see a lot of discouraging things, it's a lot of things that make me sad sometimes. It is. A lot of things I hear that make me sad, but life is good. I try to look back and look at what God is doing in my life. He's doing great things in my life. He's blessing me. He's made me a strong woman. He's given me the mindset and the skills to do a lot of things that supersede a lot of the average people that used to be around me, and a lot of things that women really, just not interested in, and a lot of things I can do, I'm interested in. I just look at how unique I am sometimes, and that makes me laugh. Sometimes I'll look at myself in the mirror, and that makes me laugh. Sometimes I'll be like, who are you? And I crack myself up. So sometimes you have to look on the inside and find that place of solitude, block out all the noise around you, and turn your phone off. Sometimes I can't talk to you today. I know you're going through a heavy thing, my brother. I'm praying for you. I wish you well. You ain't got to be in that situation, but don't let other people's problems overwhelm you. Don't let people take up all your time and all your energy and resources, and then you have nothing left for you. Who's there to pick up the phone call that you can trust with your issues? And oftentimes, when you're a child of light, when you're a person who try to walk in truth, you ain't really got that many people, because people be waiting to hear something on a child of God name. They waiting for you to have a weak moment. They wait for you to, be needy or need somebody, and that's the time you're going to see they give you the cold shoulder. And sometimes when you do give people your time, they don't respect you. They don't appreciate it. They become disrespectful. And you got to pull yourself away from people like that too. When people are disrespectful because they take your kindness for weakness, because you're giving them your attention so much. So sometimes what they'll do is they'll try to act like, oh, you just ain't nobody. Cut your attention off from them, or cut them off. You see what I'm saying? Don't acknowledge them. You don't have to put up with that disrespectful behavior. That'll tug on your spirit a little bit as well. But anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. Enjoy your beautiful day. Take time for yourself now. Find that place of solitude, and don't let nobody put a demand on you. They ain't paying your bills. They're not helping you achieve nothing in this life. So therefore, don't let nobody pull you out of that place or make you feel guilty for taking that time in solitude when you really need it, right? And when you need to recharge your own spirit. Have a blessed day. If nobody told you that they love you today, then you already know your little country bumpkin sister loves you. We are the light of the world. Let's don't never let our lights grow dark, baby. Let's keep shining bright. That blood of Jesus is the only blood that has power.